Hi buddies, hope you're doing fine. In this series, we are going to see the summary of the poem Ozymandias written by Percy Bysshe Shelley. First, let's see the introduction of the author. If you are ready, let's get started. Percy Bysshe Shelley was born on 4th August 1792 at Horsham, which is situated near Sussex. If you want to narrate about him, he was a poet, dramatist, novelist, and also an essayist. He has two spouses, they are Harriet Westbrook and Mary Shelley. His best known works are Ozymandias in 1818, Ode to the West Wind in 1819, To a Skylark in 1820, and the political ballad titled The Mask of Anarchy in 1819. Not only these works, but also he wrote a lot of works, and the most prominent and well-known writer Shelley, who died on July 8th, 1822 at Lersi, which is in Italy. Now directly move on to the poem Ozymandias. This poem Ozymandias is like a form of sonnet that is 14 lines. But Shelley, who violates no connection of sonnet to use the rules of including octave or sestet, but this poem is a simply sonnet, has 14 lines. This poem originally published on Jan 11, 1818 in the journal called The Examiner. This journal was founded by Leigh and John Hunt in 1808, and then the poem Ozymandias, which published in the collection of Shelley, the titled Rosalind and Helen, a modern eclogue with other poems in 1819, and also this poem posthumously published in the compilation of his poems in 1826. The setting of the poem is Egypt, the desert, and the characters used in this poem is the poet as well as a traveler. And the rhyme scheme of this poem is A B A B A C D C E D E F E F, and this poem is a form of sonnet and used in the language of modern English, and this poem has a loose iambic pentameter, and the title itself which signifies the ancient Egyptian ruler Pharaoh Ramses II, who is called as Ozymandias. And in this poem we can see a lot of stuffs about forces of time and nature, and also egocentric nature of a ruler, and a lot of ancient images and cultures are used in this poem by Shelley. And Shelley, who wrote this poem only in friendly competition with his friend named Horace Smith, who also a poet who belongs to the period of 19th century. He lived between 1779 to 1849. Both Shelley and Horace Smith, who wrote a poem with the same title only because of the friendly competition. And in this poem, Shelley, who explores the fate of history and the ravages of time, and even the greatest men and the empires they forge are impermanent. That is the thing which portrayed by Shelley in a very clear manner. Now let's move on to the summary of the poem Ozymandias. First line, I met a traveler from an antique land. So here I refers to the poet who met a traveler in an antique land. Antique, which means old. So in a very old land, the poet who met a traveler in the land. So the land which refers to the place in Egypt, the desert. And then who said two vast and trunkless legs of stone. So here the second line, which is spoken by a traveler, he started to narrate a few stuffs about a statue, and the statue which is standing in the land, and it has two big trunkless legs of stone. So the statue which made by a stone. Here the word trunkless. So trunkless legs, which refers that lacking a body. So the statue has no body, but it only has two large legs. Then stand in the desert, near them on the sand. So, the statue which is standing in the desert at Egyptian desert. Then the next line, half sunk as shattered visage lies, whose frown. So the third line in the end, we can see a few words near them on the sand. So here near them, which refers the two large legs of statue which is on the sand, and near them the face of the statue which is in the state of shattered. Shattered in the sense which refers the collapsed manner, and the face of the statue is half sunk into the sand, and also it is like a shattered visage. So the face of the statue which is in the state of shattered manner, and also the face reaction of the statue which is like a frowning which refers to the sparks of angry reaction. Then and a wrinkled lip and the sneer of cold comment. So the lip of the statue is in a wrinkled manner, as well as also the reaction of the statue is not very good manner, and it is like a cold manner. Then tell that its sculptor well those passions read, which it survived stamped on these lifeless things. Here the sixth and seventh line, which portrays about a sculptor who very well about the ancient Egyptian ruler, so that he carved the character of the ancient ruler through the statue. But now the ancient ruler is not alive, but through the survival of the lifeless things, that is the statue, which portrays about the character of the ancient ruler in a very good manner. So from these 7 lines, we can know a few things about the statue which are carved by a sculptor, and the sculptor who know very well about the person who belongs to the ancient period, that is the ruler. Through the knowledge of the ancient ruler's character, the sculptor who carved a statue in the desert. Then the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed, and on the pedestal these words appear. So here the author who started to portray about the hands of the sculptor, and he has carved that statue in such a way that all the people look at it and also will laugh and mock at the statue. And the statue which is standing on the pedestal which means a platform, and some words are appeared on the pedestal. Now let's see what are the things. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my box, yeah, mighty and despair. So here these 2 lines which reveals about the ancient ruler's name. That is, the name of the king is Ozymandias, who is like a majesty, and also his works will be make the people to afraid, and he lived in his period with more brightness. So the author says that Ozymandias, who is like a king of kings. Then nothing beside remains around the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare. These 2 lines we can know about the state of the statue, and also the statue which is standing on the sand in the desert at Egypt. So in this desert nothing is remains, and also the state of the statue also in a decay manner. Here the word colossal wreck, which refers to the statue, and author who says that throughout the boundaries nothing is there, only remains the statue which is standing on the sand. Also he clearly notes that it is like a decay manner and in the condition of bare. And the final line of this poem, the lone and level stand stretched far away. So in this line we can get the meaning of that. The statue which is in a lone state, as far as the eye can see, there is nothing but the statue only remains in the desert. That's what the author who ends this poem. So this poem is a very simple one, but it has a lot of images. Also it portrays about the manner of the forces of times and the nature. Also can get some stuffs about the ancient ruler who's like pride and also an egocentric nature. Like that author who portrays about these things in this poem. Now let's move on to the theme of this poem. So the theme which used in this poem are pride. So here the ruler's prideness which is in a highlight manner. So the strength, power and his achievements which make him to get more prideness. And then art and culture. So art and culture of Egyptian ruler also is one among the theme of this poem. And then man and the natural world. So we can see the difference between the reality as well as the nothingness of the world. And the final themes which used in this poem is transience. It refers that the appearance of the thing and also the disappearance of the thing in this world for a while. So that's all about the themes which used in this poem. Hope this video will be useful one, and thank you so much for watching this video till end. If you are having any suggestion, let me know in the comment section. We'll see you next video. Tada, bye bye.